Welcome to this historic home. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the man who built it. On September 12, 1894, the Los Angeles Times noted, another historic character has passed away. Pio de Jesus Pico IV, the last governor of Mexican California, had died at the age of 93 in Los Angeles. Pico's death signaled the end of an era. His life had spanned the 19th century of California's history, seeing the territory change from Spanish to Mexican to American rule. Pio Pico was a self-made man and a prosperous businessman who once held the highest political office in Mexican California. He is often remembered as a controversial figure. Although gone, but certainly not forgotten, reminders of Pio Pico exist in Los Angeles, even today. One of the most noteworthy of these reminders of Pico is his beloved adobe home in El Ranchito, now part of Pio Pico's State Historic Park. Located near the San Gabriel River where the cities of Pico Rivera and Whittier meet. The restoration of his 19th century rancho provides us with a glimpse back in time.
I was born on the 5th of May, 1801, at the San Gabriel Mission, where my father, Jose Maria Pico, commanded the cavalry. My father was a native of Sinaloa. My mother's name was Maria Eustaquia Gutierrez, a native of Sonora. I had 2 brothers and 7 sisters.
Pico's parents came to Upper California as a part of the Anza expedition of 1775. Similar to others recruited to settle the Spanish colonial frontier, the Pico family's ethnic background included African, Indian, Italian, and Spanish ancestry. A few years after Pio Pico's birth, the family moved south. By the time Pio Pico was 18 years old. Young Pio went into business with his brother Andres to help support the family. They opened a small store in San Diego and started another business in Los Angeles. In the spring of 1822, California received the news that it had become a part of the new Republic of Mexico. Individual rights to land and property began to replace the control once held by the military and church. This brought many changes to the remote territory. But these rights were not given easily, as Pio Pico learned when he was put in jail for standing up to military authority. Years later, Pico remembered,
Comandante Estudillo issued orders that I should be taken to the jail. They imprisoned me in a cell with other prisoners, though I had the lock not to be placed in irons. I was there all that day and that night, and the next morning Estudillo ordered my release and asked me to go and look after my mother. I retired to my home and stayed at my mother's side, but always it appeared to me, deep in my soul, that the citizens were now the nation, and that no military man was superior to us.
It appears that this incident was a turning point in Pio Pico's life, increasingly intertwined. He had already served several terms in the Territorial Assembly when, in 1829, he received his first land grant, Rancho Jamul near San Diego. In the 1830s, Pico became a major player in Mexican California's political struggles, including revolts against 2 different governors. Pico's account of the days surrounding his wedding reflect the importance he placed on his political connections and personal gain.
I was married in 1834 in the month of February, and Governor Figueroa was my best man. The wedding took place on the 24th in Los Angeles. My wife was Maria Ignacia Alvarado, daughter of Javier Alvarado and Maria Ignacia Amador. After the wedding, I accompanied the general to Santa Barbara, where we arrived the 18th of March. There, on the 19th, we celebrated Figueroa's birthday. We had a grand party. High Mass was sung, musketry salutes, bullfighting, and a grand ball. Shortly thereafter, Figueroa named me administrator of the mission of San Luis Rey, and I was in charge of its administration until 1840.
Pio Pico's political fortunes would rise one final time and introduce his greatest political challenge, his appointment as governor of Alta California in 1845.
When the mail from Mexico reached my hands, the first communication I opened was that of my being named governor, which I concealed, keeping it in my possession for about 4 months before I made it public, because I did not want to be governor. On the contrary, I wanted to be free of a load that was beyond my strength and that would be a burden to me, particularly because of all the dissension existing and because of the danger of a foreign invasion which was threatening without resources to prevent it, as was my duty.
To address this dissent, Governor Pico moved the civilian capital of Upper California from Monterey to Los Angeles. Ports were once again open to foreign trade, and mission lands were further privatized. But these were troubled times as the Californios grew increasingly concerned about the numbers of foreigners migrating to Mexican California. In a moving speech delivered by Governor Pico, he said of the Americans,
"They are cultivating farms, establishing vineyards, erecting mills, sewing up lumber, building workshops, and doing 1,000 other things which seem natural to them, but which California despises. Shall these incursions go on unchecked until we become strangers in our own land?"
The impending U.S. invasion and occupation was not far behind. In July of 1846, in the early days of the Mexican-American War, U.S. forces occupied California. With only a small military force and not nearly enough funds to fight a war, Governor Pico escaped to Mexico to enlist aid for his embattled territory. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, signed in 1848, ended the war and provided the United States purchase rights to Alta California, as well as Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. Mexican California was now American California. Gold was soon discovered and 100,000 new immigrants swept into California, quickly outnumbering the much smaller Mexican population. Pio Pico returned to California in the spring of 1848, not as a broken man or a disgraced ex-governor, but as an eager participant in the new developments of American California. Pio Pico's purchase of El Ranchito, his little rancho, marked the beginning of his adaptation to a new life among the Americans. Pico set out to buy the Rancho Paso de Bartolo. He took possession of the property in 1849, built his adobe ranch house, and spent 3 years acquiring the title to the rancho that cost him $4,642. The property included 8,893 acres of fertile land with water rights from the San Gabriel River. It was an ideal location for his ranching and agricultural operations, and for his small adobe ranch house. Pio Pico knew that land was the key to his prosperity. The power in acquiring and controlling land came from political ties, as in 1855, Pio and his brother Andres held title to over 532,000 acres of Southern California land. This was a profitable time for Pio Pico. His revolutionary days were over. He was a businessman.
Another vigilante committee will drive them out.
Still, Pico maintained his country home at El Ranchito in a fairly elegant style. Albert Johnson's wife, Eliza, described it in January 1870.
"It has been a splendid home, an immense old house. I've not been through it all yet. There are at least 12 or 13 sleeping rooms and some undiscovered regions that I shall enter soon. There is a nice large parlor, and to my surprise a modern piano with a handsome rosewood frame and a very good tone. So we have music every evening. I almost forgot to tell you that the house is in the midst of an orange orchard."
From 1872 to 1891, Pico spent his primary residence. He added several rooms and a second story to the adobe home. During the last decades of his life, Pico's wealth and property declined dramatically. Failed business deals, the untimely death of his son and business manager on state Supreme Court have refused Pico's plea in a treacherous case of fraud. A few years later, Pio Pico died in the home of his daughter, Joaquina. After Pio Pico's forced departure in 1891, the house fell into disrepair. Many features of the building and landscape changed. Several rooms of the adobe collapsed. Outbuildings were destroyed. The smokehouse deteriorated, and the adobe itself was scheduled for demolition. Then Harriet Strong, a longtime friend and neighbor of Pico's, raised funds to save and partially repair the old adobe house. In 1917, the property was deeded to the state of California as a state historic monument for its preservation and public viewing. Pio Pico is now interred near his wife at El Campo Santo Cemetery at the Workman Temple Homestead Museum in the City of Industry, less than 10 miles from his beloved El Ranchito. But the story does not end here. Pio Pico's El Ranchito lives on and has been restored to its former glory. In 1987 and 1994, 2 earthquakes damaged the adobe. Since then, the adobe building and rancho landscape have been restored and reconstructed. Transport yourself back in time to a period without cars, paved roads, televisions, phones, and computers. Discover more about historic 19th century California, Pio Pico, and his ranchito. Visitors are invited to enter the rooms where Pio Pico and his family once lived. Enjoy a seat in the sala and explore the archaeology room. Then take time to discover the outdoors, find the Orno and the dovecote. Experience the rancho landscape as it changes seasonally and matures in the years to come. Welcome to Pio Pico State Historic Park.
Bienvenidos a mi casa y mi ranchito.